guys, it's Jessii Vee. Look how big my sleeves are. I feel like Cinderella or something. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about some banned and creepy episodes of old TV shows that you're probably familiar with. Now these shows do go back years and years ago, so it might have been something your parents used to watch more than maybe you watched, but I guarantee you, you will know every single one of these shows. Before we get started, if you would like to win this awesome background behind me, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, so my Jessii Vee channel, turn on your notification bell, and then head over to my Twitter page, follow me there, and comment the snowflake emoji on my pinned tweet. And I will be announcing the winner in a couple weeks. So we're gonna be starting off this video with one of my personal favorite characters, and that is Betty Boop. Now I have talked about a creepy episode of Betty Boop on this channel before, and today we're gonna be talking about a totally different one that was also banned. Now, my sister and I used to watch Betty Boop all the time when we were kids. Now, this show did come out in the 20s. Obviously, we weren't born in the 20s. But in the 90s, my grandma gave us this DVD pack that had all of the Betty Boop seasons in it. And I will admit, it is a very strange show. There are some very offensive parts in the episodes. And I will agree that the show is just controversial. So today we're going to be talking about the episode called Minnie the Moocher, and this came out in 1932. So in this episode, Betty Boop's mother and father are terrible to her. The episode starts out with them yelling at her, calling her names, and she's so upset by them that she refuses to eat her food. So then she starts singing about how unhappy she is living in this house. But the lyrics of her song are a little bit weird. Some of the lyrics are, "They always pick on me. Why don't they ever let me be? I am so lonely." But then she starts singing about how she's so sad that she wants to eat worms and die. Okay then. So she plans to run away because she's so unhappy, and she leaves a note for her parents that says, "I'm leaving home because you're not sweet to me. I won't ever be home again." It's actually a really sad and dark episode. So she calls her friend Bimbo the dog. They escape out of her window and head towards a cave. Now all of a sudden they meet this very creepy walrus who sings the song Minnie the Moocher. People have said the tune is just very eerie and unsettling, and throughout the episode, while these creepy songs are playing, Betty Boop and Bimbo see some very odd creatures. Various dead things come to life and start singing the song. 3 skeletons are seen drinking from a bar. They collapse onto the ground. Then their ghosts rise out of them and start dancing to the music. Prisoners get electrocuted in chairs. A mother cat with black circles for eyes feeds her equally empty-eyed kittens. And a bunch of ghosts and phantoms and creatures start chasing them through this cave. So she decides to go back home because the home she was living in was better than what she was experiencing out of her house, which is once again really depressing. So she rips the note apart that she left for her parents and writes "Home Sweet Home." And that's basically how the episode ends. It says that it was apparently banned because people felt the content of the video was too mature to be shown in a kid's cartoon. I don't know what too mature means. Does it mean it's too scary? Does it mean they don't want kids running away from home? They were very strict about what was shown back in that time. So I guess it was just too much for people to handle. Alright, let's move on to the Flintstones, which I know you guys know. This was like a show that my dad used to watch religiously when he was growing up, and not a lot of people know that there are actually some really dark aspects of this show. For example, a heavy issue the Flintstones dealt with during its run was that of infertility of Barney and Betty Rubble. They were a very loving couple that seemed to be very happy and like nothing was wrong, but as you watch the show, it's revealed that they're unable to have a child, and it makes them very unhappy. This was a pretty serious issue to be dealt with in a kid's television show. There was a specific episode called Little Bam Bam, and in this episode, Barney and his wife Betty are really trying to adopt a child because they can't have one of their own. They want to adopt this really cute kid named Bam Bam, and they get really excited about it, but at the last second they lose the rights to adopt him. him, and this made Barney extremely depressed and distraught. And in the episode, he's seen crying, and he even walks towards a bridge, which I'm sure you know what that insinuates. Eventually, Fred comes and rescues him, and the episode does end happy where they are able to adopt Bam Bam, but it was so crazy to people that they put such a dark, realistic situation in a kid's show. Next, I want to talk about the scariest Looney Tunes episode. Now, Looney Tunes was also a show that I used to watch as a kid. It was a very old show, but they would constantly put reruns onto the kids' channels that I would watch, and people can all agree that the scariest episode ever aired was called The Case of the Stuttering Pig. Basically, the episode starts out on this dark and stormy night. Porky and his brothers and sisters learn from lawyer Goodwill that they are set to inherit a fortune from their deceased rich uncle Solomon. So this episode quickly turns dark when their lawyer drinks a bottle of Jekyll and Hyde juice and turns into this hideous monster that wanted to destroy them. This monster actually breaks the fourth wall and turns to the camera and talks to us audience and basically warns us not to interfere with him trying to get them. One by one, he kidnaps Porky's brothers and sisters, and just when it seems like he's about to eat them all, a theater chair that comes out of nowhere flies onto the screen and knocks out the monster. The episode originally aired in black and white, but later on they remade it in color. I actually don't remember ever seeing this episode. They may not have aired it that often because of how much it scared kids, but looking at the monster in the screenshots, it does look quite scary. And lastly, I wanted to talk about the scariest Scooby-Doo monsters. This is obviously the oldest Scooby-Doo show. I used to watch this as a kid as well. So people have come together on the internet and have made the top 4 scariest monsters ever shown on the show. The first one is the No-Face Zombie. It appeared in season 1, it wore a pink hoodie and black shoes, and it literally had no face whatsoever, and that really scared people. Then we have the Ghost Clown. The ghost clown has the appearance of a stereotypical clown in a silly costume and white makeup on its face with a red nose and smile. What separates him from a normal clown is the evil grin on his face and his black eyeshadow. People are typically afraid of clowns, so I'm not surprised that this one is on the list. Next, we have Revolta, and I remember her and she really freaked me out. Revolta is an unattractive humanoid female with glowing red eyes, long dark green hair, and large teeth. She also has 4 arms and she wears a sleeveless black dress. It was definitely the 4 arms that really creeped me out. And lastly, we have the Mirror Monster. The Mirror Monster is identical to Shaggy from the neck down. He shares the exact same outfit as Shaggy. His head, however, is a demonic version of Shaggy's. His eyes are spirals of red and yellow. His ears are tall and pointed, and his mouth is filled with pointed teeth. So basically, anyone who looks into this mirror, you see the scarier version of yourself. And I remember watching this episode and it really scared me. And I was like afraid to look in the mirror for the next week. So, you know. Anyways though guys, those are all of the old TV show episodes we're going to be talking about today. If I missed any really good ones or you wanted to add on to the ones I covered, definitely comment that down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do more videos covering like old TV shows or old movies or just creepy things in movies and TV shows in general, give this video a thumbs up so I know. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.